Our story today is about a woman who sold the world a brilliant solution, only for it to be revealed later that behind the glittering promises lay secrets the facts could never forgive. On February 3, 1984, Elizabeth Holmes was born in Washington District of Columbia. She grew up in a family obsessed with status and success. Her father, Christian Holmes, worked in government agencies and energy companies. He served as chief financial officer and the third highest executive at the United States Environmental Protection Agency under former President George Herbert Walker Bush, and later as an executive at the energy giant Enron. Her mother, Noel, was a congressional staffer. At home, conversations about history, politics, and influence were constant. She wasn't a loud child. She was quiet, observing more than she spoke. But when she did speak, her words were decisive. It is said that during her childhood, she spent long hours by a canal near their home in Washington, collecting leaves, acorns, and insects to place in tins and categorize, as if conducting her own scientific experiments. At a young age, she reportedly told her father that she didn't just want to be successful, she wanted to be a billionaire. The goal was not purely scientific, it was tied to the idea of greatness and impact. She grew up driven by control and discipline. She excelled academically, leaned towards science, and dreamed of becoming an inventor who would change the world. In 2002, she enrolled at Stanford University to study chemical engineering. It was there that her self-image as an extraordinary figure began to take shape. Her professors noticed her intelligence, but they also noticed her impulsiveness. She believed she had an idea that could bypass years of medical research. In 2003, at just 19 years old, she made a decision that would change her life forever. She dropped out of Stanford and founded a company she named Theranos, a name derived from the words therapy and diagnosis. The idea was simple on the surface, a small device she called the Edison, capable of performing hundreds of medical tests using just a single drop of blood. The concept seemed revolutionary, but in reality, it was technically complex, nearly impossible at the time. Between 2004 and 2010, she began courting investors. Elizabeth didn't attract them with science. She won them over with extraordinary social intelligence and her ability to exploit the fear of missing out. Her first true believer was Tim Draper, a prominent Silicon Valley investor and a longtime family acquaintance. His involvement gave the company instant credibility. Elizabeth employed a strategy of targeting giants. She avoided tech experts who might expose weaknesses and instead approached older, influential figures from politics and finance who lacked deep medical expertise. She convinced Rupert Murdoch to invest $125 million. She also attracted the Walton family, owners of Walmart, and the DeVos family, owners of Amway, who invested $100 million. She met them in secretive meetings, refusing to disclose how the device worked under the guise of protecting trade secrets, fueling their desire to be part of what she called a historic breakthrough. She was obsessed with Steve Jobs, co-founder of Apple, and adopted elements of his persona, the black turtleneck, the calm demeanor, and the unwavering gaze. Her voice grew progressively deeper as part of the authority she projected, though those close to her noted that her natural, higher-pitched voice occasionally resurfaced. She maintained a strict personal regimen, lived on green juices, and claimed to sleep only a few hours a night to reinforce the image of relentless dedication. She recruited prominent political figures to her board, including Henry Kissinger and George Shultz. These were men who had navigated wars and global crises, yet they became some of her strongest defenders. Her ascent in Washington was accelerated by the influence of her board. In 2015, President Barack Obama appointed her as a presidential ambassador for global entrepreneurship, presenting her as a symbol of American innovation. That same year, Vice President Joe Biden visited Theranos headquarters. For the tour, a carefully staged laboratory was prepared. Biden was impressed, calling it the laboratory of the future. The visit became a powerful public relations moment. By 2013 and 2014, the company reached its peak. In 2013, she secured a major partnership with Walgreens to offer Theranos tests to the public. By 2014, the company was valued at $9 billion. Elizabeth was celebrated as the youngest self-made female billionaire in America and became a symbol of female entrepreneurship. Behind the scenes, however, the devices did not function as promised. Results were inaccurate. In many cases, traditional machines manufactured by Siemens were used, without full transparency to investors or patients. The turning point came in October 2015 when the Wall Street Journal published an investigation by journalist John Carreyrou revealing serious flaws in the technology. The report relied on whistleblowers within the company, including Tyler Schultz and Erica Cheung. Regulatory scrutiny intensified, partnerships collapsed, and investor confidence eroded. In 2016, she faced regulatory sanctions and was banned from operating medical laboratories for 2 years. On June 15, 2018, she was charged with wire fraud and conspiracy to commit wire fraud. In September 2018, Theranos was formally dissolved. Her trial began in August 2021 in San Jose, California. The defense portrayed her as an overly ambitious entrepreneur who made grave miscalculations and was influenced by her former partner and chief operating officer, Ramesh Balwani. Prosecutors argued that she knowingly misled investors. Balwani was later convicted and sentenced to 13 years in prison. On January 3, 2022, Elizabeth Holmes was convicted on 4 counts of fraud. On November 18, 2022, she was sentenced to 11 years and 3 months in federal prison. On May 30th, 2023, she began serving her sentence in Texas. Ironically, her personal life unfolded alongside her legal downfall. She married Billy Evans and had 2 children, a boy in 2021 and a girl in 2023. Ultimately, the $9 billion empire collapsed, proving that scientific facts cannot be manufactured with persuasive words or a polished image.